All right, let's get started. Welcome everyone. I hope everyone's going well tonight. All right, sounds working. Yep, sounds definitely working. Yeah, let's jump straight into it. So we're going back with our scheduler. So we're going to get this one sort of started. The WordPress site is coming along very well. I'm currently building one more widget for it, and then I'll go through and start copying content and stuff like that. So it's going good. I've decided to move back onto this just because I kind of want to do a bit more stuff, and I'm hoping to do another release soon. We also got to fix up a few bugs and issues. Yeah, so let's go into it. Okay, so straight off, we've got active schedule. We just need the date, time, and stuff like that. We're going to create a new schedule. Like so. We're going to do this. We're all happy with this. We're just going to do a day of the week. We're just going to do a couple of groups like that. We're going to create the new project. We know that this is going to hit like this. We're just going to go back into here and scheduled object. And as you see, straight away, I need to jump into the backend. So I'm just doing that. So I'm going to go into the scheduled objects, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to deactivate it. And you'll see why. So I want to make sure that, yeah, it's deactivated here. I need to get the date time. I need to get that done properly. This is all working. Sweet. I'm going to shove that to the right. So yeah, let's get straight into it. All right, so we've got scheduled objects. We've got the list. Yeah, oh, sorry. We were doing this, and then we got up to the date time, and we're going to have a look at the date time. So what I want to do is I want to move that back to the left. I want to open it up. I want to open up the VueJS and scheduled objects. We're just going to open up one of these scheduled objects. I'm going to have a look at where the date time is. So we don't actually have the date time in there. Now, did we want that? And I'm just trying to think. We kind of wanted to have the next run displayed. Like when it was going to run next. And I think that's a good thing to put in there. So we've got what's called the next scheduled run, which we can use. So and we've actually got a mix-in which we can also use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import, what is it called again? It's part of our mix-in. So source, JavaScript mix-ins. We've got datetime mix-in. Get nice date. All right, cool. So the one problem is I don't know if this will come through as a integer or not. So, oh sorry. Just gonna paste it in. And hang on, I'm going to double check this. Get theme, daytime mix in. All right, cool. Always double check it. Mix ins. like so. Get datetime mix in. In this sort of case, I don't know if that's going to the correct spot, so we'll just change it. Done. Down here, under the props, we want mix-ins, and we just want datetime mix-in. Done. Perfect. It goes in there. Then up here, we want to have get nice datetime. We will have results dot, and we just check our next scheduled run. Realize that we have a Control-C issue. There we go. And I'm just seeing what this is. So it's null there. I'm going to put a VF. So we want results dot. This one does not equal null, and results does not equal nothing. So if we have it equal nothing and stuff like that, it just won't show this particular thing. So these will just disappear, like so. Perfect. We haven't programmed in yet how to do that. That is one thing which we've got to do and get that up and running. But at the moment, here is pretty much the search of what we need. It might be one of those things that we add in the search functionality a bit later, just because I just want to get the basic minimal viable product out for this at the moment. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the cube again. All right. Cool. The next thing we need to do is we need to click into here. We need to set up these templates and stuff like that. So we can do that right now. So we can minimize everything. We can open up this. We can open up the NearBeach. We can open up the templates, NearBeach templates. We have object status. No, not object status. Sorry, object scheduler. Now, it'll be very similar to the new scheduled objects. Very, very similar. In fact, if we actually go back and click on this, it's essentially going to use a... Oh, it's pretty much going to use the same thing, except we're not creating a new project. We're saving it and stuff like that. So, oh, sorry. All right. So, how can I attempt this? Well, first off, let's just copy this. All right, scheduled object information. We'll need to do something different with this because it's no longer going to be new. So we'll get rid of that. I believe we're going to yank out the whole entire new. Sorry, we're going to clone what we did for new and modify it where we need it. I think that's going to be the quickest and easiest way to do that. All right. So let's do that. Object scheduler, let's, oh, we've already got it. All right, that's new. All right, scheduled object information. Boom, let's add that in. Okay, cool. That is now done and dusted. It is in there. All right. We're gonna heavily change this. It's also one of those things that we might extract out several bits of data from here. So if we actually have a look at, like, let's find an object. Let's go to a task. Let's see with the tasks, we've got this, we've got the between dates, and we cut it off, and then we have this lower section here. We'll probably end up doing the exact same thing with this, separating it out, because what we could potentially do is have each of these components, you can save them separately. However, that at the same time, it's going to be the same as the create new, I feel. Yeah, this is where we got to decide stuff. So, if we open up database, sorry, this is going to be in bright mode. I do apologize. So open up the database. We want to go to sites. We want to go to NearBeach. We want to open up the database. All right, we want to browse the data. We just want to go and see the scheduled object and so forth like that. So we got the scheduled object, which we're all fine with. It's the template. Object template. So with the object template, what we've got is we've got it set up like this. So that JSON results is essentially all of this data. And I do believe it has the groups in there too. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I might have brought those out. Object template groups. There you go. I did bring them out. That was at least smart of me. So I brought those out. So I've just got to confirm that essentially this is that JSON result. So then we can update task and it just updates that JSON result. And then down here we'll have the groups, very similar to how we have it right here, where we can add and remove groups easily. And what we'll also do is, yeah, I don't want to recreate the wheel though with the groups, because the idea is you can make a task, let the scheduled task or something like that, and as you go on, that scheduled task evolves and more groups will be involved, old groups will sort of tootle off and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I've got to think about that. Now the problem is I am not using the stock standard groups. So a lot of the tasks, projects and so forth like that, you would use a stock standard group association. I'm not, I'm using something different, and I don't want to overly complicate that particular view components just because it's not worth complicating. Now, the other alternative is to just have a list. We can clone what we've done, put it in here, and just change all the endpoints. That will work, but if we find a bug later on, or we do changes and stuff like that, we're implementing it in two different spots. That's rather hard. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've got to think about this. There won't be any users though. Which is good. We could implement something like this that we've already done before. That would work perfectly fine. I will have a look in the code to see where we send the data, and I feel like we send it when we're in the modal, which won't be useful. However, yeah. The other sort of information that we're collecting is this scheduler frequency stuff, which will need to be updatable and so forth like that. I mean, what we could potentially do is have it look all like this, and then we just have save project. And then it will do all the calculations and resend it to the backend, and the backend will just update what's there without a single bit of fuss. And I'm kind of leaning on that at the moment. Instead of having the fancy, because once again, this is going to be a sort of a system administration area, we don't really need the fancy sort of boxes. People who are in here should know what they're doing. Yeah, and this isn't too hard to read or understand. And we can put validation on stuff. So when we do that, boom, we can do stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's just telling you, hey, you need to put your group in there. All right. I'm just going to make a decision. That's the problem. I'm looking at this at the moment. I just don't know what I want to do. And I know if I change my mind later, it's going to bite me in the ass, no matter what I do. No matter what I do. So I like this. I'm going to keep it like this. It's going to have all the same stuff in there. We could potentially use the exact same components and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like I'm going to keep them separate. At the moment, they'll be the same, but later on, I might want to add in stuff which you want to do on the information page. So, yeah. For example, I don't want the person changing the type. So we'll get rid of that straight away. It'll be solid. It'll be literally, oh, you're doing a task. That's it. If you meant a project, just like we do in other places, just delete it and then change it. So, yeah. All right. That, and also we'll have different buttons down here. This should work all perfectly fine. Please select at least one day. You know, and then we've got the imports. So, yeah, no, it is its own component. Okay. Yeah. All right, so. All right, I've made my mind up. So what are we going to do? Plan of attack. Okay, so we're gonna clone the component, make required changes, however, the component stays relatively the same. So we'll have an option where we can deactivate and reactivate the schedule. So deactivate, reactivate. I'm going to retro what I said before when I said up the top. I'm going to keep this in because it's not too hard for us to be like, all right, it's actually meant to be a project or it's meant to be a task for the user to come in and just be like, done. Save. It's not hard for us to change that. It's just like changing these. It's that simple. Stakeholder organization, there might be a case where they need to change stakeholders. So we'll keep this in this sort of form. The start date and end date. Yeah, I can understand them changing that. The groups, I can definitely see them changing that. So we'll keep all this programmed in like this, and like this. So it's just the buttons down at the bottom which are changing at the moment, and the end location and so forth for quite a lot of this. All right. If that's the case, then we could potentially have one component that does the new and create. That would work really well. I can't see why not at the moment, because essentially we've got the same form. It's not going to be laid out any differently. It's just the buttons down at the bottom which are changing. And I think that is reasonable to do. Yeah, I think that's really reasonable to do. We just need a status field popping through. And then that will be a prop. If we need to mutate it locally, we'll have a local status, which I can see people... Oh no, if you... Let me rephrase this. I can see people coming in and being like, all right, cool, I'm going to close this task. You want to shut down the schedule. You want to shut down and have it go back to the other menu. I feel like that's the, let's write this down so everyone's on the same page. Okay, so goal. Use the new component. All right, easy. Everyone's happy with that. It's going to have the same form layout and stuff like that. So, method or plan of attack. Prop status. All right, what we want is, for example, open, archived, or new. That will deal with the buttons down at the bottom. If the status changes, so for example, new to created, we then go to information page. From open to closed, we go to search. if we go from close to open, reload page. I mean, we can program it in so that certain things happen, but the reason why I'm saying it, do it like this, is if someone's mucking around with fields and stuff like that, and they go to close it, you kind of want to just send them away. You don't want them thinking that their values have saved, though. It's a bit tricky, this one. We can send the status to the backend. Yeah, if they're closing it, you will need close without saving. Oh, we need to have the button say something proper. Yeah. Okay. So if I were a user, I go in, I create a scheduled task. It takes me to the task information page, which is needed to be done by the system, by the way. So when you create something, it will take you to that information page. It won't keep you on that page. It's needed. That system needs that information in there. All right. So from that particular point, the user will they go in and they hit close. We get the confirmation. Yeah, we get a confirmation modal. And we have to state in the confirmation modal, are you sure you want to close the scheduled task? It will, the content on this page will not save. And hello. Give me 2 seconds as I try and pronounce your name. Hadafo? I am terrible with new names. I do apologize. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. We are figuring out how we want our flow to happen. You can just say Huddy. Well, welcome, Huddy. How are you going? So, yeah, we're working on NearBeach. The idea is we'll probably have the schedule object information be the same layout and stuff like that. And as I was planning this out, I was like, it's going to be the exact same component. The only differences are going to be the bottom items and the fact that this is going to say new, which is just an if statement on the status. Doing good coming from YouTube. Oh, nice. Welcome, welcome. So, yeah, you get to see me live. Hopefully, in a couple of months, I will also be streaming live on YouTube. I've just got to set it up. It's one of those things that I just haven't had time. I haven't sat down and done it yet. So, yeah. Cool. So, anyway, getting back into this. So, yeah, welcome, by the way. Oh, and you can do a thing where you do exclamation point drop followed by your favorite emoji, and we're trying to actually beat Nightbot. I'm going to do a good old Toby Tripod emoji as he comes out. My feed is about 40 seconds late, and he makes it at 52.55. Nice. So yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this. I think when the user comes in, creates it, we go to the information page. When they close it, a motor will pop up and say, "Are you really sure you want to close this?" And then they're like, "Yes," and it states that it isn't going to save anything. When they close it, there will be literally warning. By the way, none of the data will save. Any unsaved data will not be saved. And then it'll go back to their previous page. And I think with the reload, I think that works because we do want to refresh everything. So I'm going to say we'll just have the prop status come through. That's going to be the easiest way. For the new pages, we just have it so the status comes through as new. And we're incoming ad break in a minute and a half. All right, cool. We're not on an ad break yet. I keep looking at the 1 minute part and a minute 30, and I go, "Oh, ad break," and I'm like, "No, incoming ad break." All right, don't go too crazy. All right, so the scheduled object information, I'm just going to delete that as we no longer need it. The new scheduled object, what I'm going to do is I'm going to refactor that, and that's going to be called scheduled object. And I'm going to say information. It's just how we do our naming convention here. So I'm going to do that. So encode. Yeah, we'll need to rename this. So this will then become actually, I think the refactor will do it for us. So we're not worried about the static files. Definitely not worried about the static files. So do refactor. Rerun search, because I made that change up there. Do refactor. There we go. Cool. We also have to go to the template too, because now if we go into new scheduled objects and go new scheduled object, there's nothing there. So we've got to move that in right now. So we've got templates, NearBeach. This is part of the Django side of things. We've got the new scheduled object, so it will just be called scheduled object information. Like so. And then we'll have a status in here. And it'll just be called new, like that. Basic, easy status. And we've just hit an ad break. So we'll go to our ad time. I'll quickly solve a cube. So yeah, I think hopefully this means we get to do the rest of the CRUD tonight. So we need to do the update. We need to do the read, which is this information page. It should be pretty easy to actually implement now that I think about it. However, that being said, now I've done all this, I'm realizing that we need data coming down, which we haven't done for the new one, which does actually make it a massive sort of change, in which case I'm going to undo everything I've just done and just be like, all right, cool. This needs to be its own component. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, I just think yeah, it's going to be a bigger component. There's a lot more moving parts and stuff like that. And welcome back, everyone. So during the ad break, I've just gone, no, there's more moving parts than I care to think about. So in this sort of case, and I've just done all my work. Shoot. Yeah, I've just undone it all. But thank Christ for that. All right. And I realized that, yeah, I did something really stupid then. Because I haven't pushed any of my code. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. Because we've got new object scheduler, scheduled object load, templates and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think we pushed that last week. And then if we go into here, we are seeing the data come down, which is good. We do see the deactivated with the little thing there, frequency, set day of the week. Oh yeah, that's fine. We just don't have the title, which is, yeah, we've got frequency. That's meant to be strong. So we've got strong title, and oh, just give me 2 seconds. I'm getting a massive amount of messages. It's all fine. All right, cool. So and hello, Scotty B, how are you going? I'm going good, just currently very, very busy. I'm beginning to love your new laptop and the new status bar I found for Hyperland. Oh, nice. I'm glad your laptop's going really well. So, yeah. All right, title. What was I doing? It was going to be results dot, and then it's going to be something, this one. And there we go. All right. So if we hit refresh, and we do need a BR. And I did click. Mustn't have compiled on time. That's why that is blank. Oh no. Yeah, that's right. If you use Windows Manager in Wayland, try Gbar. I don't think this is in Wayland. I'm trying to think how I can tell. You're probably gonna have to post me a no, Discord. I can't type at the moment. You're gonna have to post me a link or something like that on Discord if you don't mind. So yeah. All right, why isn't the title working? Scheduled object results. Scheduled object results, the ID's there. That's just that. Hang on, if I actually go into them, has it saved the title? No, but the title is in here, the scheduled object results. That's the title there. We've got the frequency. All right, I'm just gonna copy this. I'm gonna paste this in. We're gonna hit save. We're just gonna make sure this runs. Yep, this does run. I'm gonna hit refresh. We do get that through. I don't know why title's nothing. Yeah. All right, that's weird. I am copying and pasting. I'm just gonna copy this. Okay, so got the scheduled ID. We should have the scheduled object title there. Unless it's 2 underscores, but that doesn't make any sense. We've got the frequency. Yeah. Object template type. Yeah. All right, that's one thing which we do want to key in is that will have to be a method. Get type. All right, cool. So strong. Just done it again. What is wrong with me? All right, cool. So that is done. So if I hit refresh, we've got that. We just need to have the break in there, and I don't know why this isn't working. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to actually look at the page source, and I'm just going to go down here and be like, I'm just going to keep scrolling. Hang on. Oh no. Warning, next scheduled run was accessed during render but not defined on instance. All right. So is that having an issue? But it's there as part of the results. Okay. Still throwing up an issue. All right. So what I should do. Okay, the title's set wrong at the moment, but that's fine. We're double checking this, whether it's scheduled or scheduled. Schedule object title. I'm waiting a few seconds, hitting refresh. It's still blank. That is weird. Okay. No, not style editor. Whoops, sorry. So, want to go back into the view. I want to find out why I'm not getting this. So I'm just going to copy it, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to find it on the page. So we've got 2 instances of it. And we've got it as a description down here. All right, cool. So I don't need that. But yeah, why it's not appearing, even though it's in my code, I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go and format description, and what it's just going to pass through the results. It's going to return back hello world, which is spelt wrong, but it's going to console log the results. All right. And then we need to actually call that. So we need to actually go up here and we're going to delete that, and we're going to say format description result. All right, cool. Going to wait 2 seconds. Going to hit refresh. We've got our hello world. We've got our temp0. We're going to go temp0 dot object. Sorry, schedule object. We don't have the. We actually don't have it here. We do have object template JSON though. And that's probably what I am. Oops. having problems with. So if we open up this, we've got the object template JSON, and then we've got the object description there. And we've got the object title there, and I'm going to use that instead. I think what's actually happening is after the fact, we're actually creating the scheduled object stuff. So let's just do that. Object template JSON. So result.object JSON, object template JSON. Dot object title. All right. And we go down here, we do this. And then we hit refresh. There's an error, unexpected token. Right. There we go. Sorry, it just got locked up. So now we've got it. All right, so we've got the frequency, we've got the type, and we've got all this. I'm happy with this. All right, now what we got to do is continue with what we've done before. Is we're going to copy this. We're going to paste it. And we're going to definitely not call it new. We're going to call it information. We're going to add it to Git. And we're going to move forward with this. So this is schedule object information. So let's add it. Let's add it into the source and everything like that. So what we need to do is we need to go into our JavaScript. We need to edit our components and JavaScript. So we'll go to our components first. We need to go down to our S's. Actually, is it an S? Yes, scheduled. So we also have scheduled objects. That's, I think, is the search. So we'll have this. We'll have schedule object information equals a defined async component where we are promising to import a Webpack chunk name called schedule object formation. All right, and that is in the components. That is then in the object scheduler, and that will be the scheduled object information. All right, so everyone's happy with this. So now we close this. Now we open up our app. Do something like this. All right, cool. And there it is in the system. We then need to go into our backend. So part of the NearBeach, we need the templates, we need the NearBeach, we need the object scheduler. We need to, I'm just going to copy this. Oh my God. Jesus, that was terrible. We need to just do that. All right, URL dashboard theme scheduled object results. That's no longer going to be in there. The user level will be so vbind scheduled object results. Actually, yeah. Yeah, all right, now that name convention is good enough. So from here, we need to, I'm just going to close all tabs. We don't need them open at the moment. I'm going to close the templates. I'm going to open up the views again, and we're going to go to Object Scheduler View. We're going to scroll down, and I just realized wait. Yeah, that's the bug. All right. And there's a bug, sorry, in the system. Okay, when we go here, we've just got setup view, which we haven't done yet. So schedule objects, schedule object information. This is where we want. So we need the object ID. We're going to rely heavily on the project information. I'm going to put it over there. So we've got it on this. So what I want to do is I want to import the template t equals loader. Object scheduler, schedule object information.html. All right, cool. And we need to get the data. So that's going to be scheduled object. And hey, Nocturnal, how are you? We do have ED in here. So I'm going to have to pass that down into the templates and stuff like that. So I'm going to do that right now. Scheduled object results. Perfect. All right, cool. And I have an ad starting in 5 minutes. All right, cool. So what I want to do is scheduled object results equals, and then that's just going to be scheduled objects.filter, where the scheduled object ID equals the scheduled object ID. So we're all happy with that. There's a plugin built in by JetBrains. Full line compilation is very useful. Local ML tool. Okay. Full line code compilation. I have not played with it yet. All right, what we also need is we need the object templates equals object template dot objects dot filter. This is where we essentially get the first one. So not too bad. Had to take Mocha to the vets again today. Oh no, he's been giving some stuff. Then we've got to put him on analgesic food. Oh. That doesn't sound fun. He's been given some stuff and we've got to put him on an allergenic food. Oh, okay, is he allergic to something? Is that what that means? Wait, hold on. I can look this up. I'm a big boy. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh. Probably. Oh, damn. Well, that's not fun for him. Oh, poor Mocha. Well, I hope he gets better soon. All right, so object template, object filters. What we want to have is we want to have the scheduled object ID equals scheduled object ID. We've got both of those on filter. Hang on. I'm just trying to remember. Oh yeah, yep, that's what we do. And use levels and all right, I'm just going to yank those couple of lines for references. Wait, get back there. So we'll need the scheduled object results equals get object or 404 with the scheduled object results. I don't know why I had that first. Yeah. And then we had the scheduled object ID equals like so. And then we had the quags. Yep, we need to put the quags in, which I have forgotten how. So args, yep, there we go. Args and quags. I don't need to put anything after the quags. Nope. The Bob, I know you just got home. Well, yay, home time. Go to the plugin, search for full line code compilation. First one. All right. Where am I going? Plugins. I don't think I've set up any plugins on here yet, so bear with me. That's right, bit of yawn. Wait, it's gonna be simpler if I just go PyCharm plugins in settings. All right. God, where are settings? Oh, this is where you find out me finding stuff in menus is just a pain. Oh, there you are. And you said a full line code complete. I'll just double check because at the moment I am mistyping everything. All right. Do you mean the first one? The Textify idea? Or did you mean the ChatGPT? Yeah, the top one does look like text, like latex and stuff like that. Yeah, I should have the pro version too, because I've got a license for it. I don't know. Probably I don't have a license to that. Version? This one should be up to date. I say that, but I haven't checked. Oh, all right. No, it needs to be updated. Okay, that could be it. In fact, I actually should not do this while streaming. And I've just opened up everything. Exit. Exit. Alright, there's a reason why I shouldn't do it while streaming. It will hit my bandwidth pretty hard. It'll take out stream. It's happened before. I don't have much bandwidth. Do it live. Yeah, we've all seen me do stuff live and, you know, break everything. So, that has happened way too many times also. Anyway, getting back into this, I need to just do this. Import this. That should be fine. And then I'm just wondering, I should do another object template results equals object. It'll be get object or 404, and then it'll be object template results where the scheduler ID equals the scheduler ID. I think. Quarks, that works. If the project is closed or anything like that, that's perfectly fine. At the moment, we've just got set up view. So we need to put in the context. So that will be this at the moment. So we'll have the schedule, if I can type. So scheduled object results. Equals scheduled object results. Object template results is object template results. All right, cool. We're just sending those through at the moment. We do T render C request. All right, sweet. We need a new line just because Python demands it. So I'm going to go into here. I'm going to hit refresh. We're going to hit an issue. So can't resolve keyword, schedule object ID into field. Choices are those particular ones. Frequency, blah, blah, blah. We've probably done a spelling mistake. It's just as simple as that. So I'm changing all of these to match the correct ID. Waiting a few seconds, hitting reload. All right, scheduled object, information, missing one required, positional argument, scheduled object ID. Now, what line is that on? And it doesn't actually give me a line it. Okay. Okay, no, URLs. And what we want to do is we want to find this particular one, scheduled object information. And that's correct. It's just this one here, which we've got to put in this. There we go. Now, can't resolve keywords, scheduled ID into the field. That scheduled search results. Scheduled object. All right. All right. Okay, now let's wait a few seconds. I'm going to hit refresh. Okay, into fields, object template, object. Not scheduled object. An object template group. I don't like that. Those should have underscores in them. I think I've screwed up the model somewhere, which is annoying. All right, where's our model? not mouse, Control R. Yeah, I know about Control R, but I just flick my mouse up there. All right. Now to annoy you, I'll do that. I'm kidding. All right, no, that's fine. There's only one of those. What line are we doing? Object template. So let's have a look at object template. So we've got object template. We've got the object template JSON. We've got the date created and all that kind of stuff. Don't we have a... All right, cool. Maybe Command R. No, I'm using Linux, so it is Control R. However, the find on here, I have to do it that way, but I can't find in file because Control F does something different due to the Vim bindings. So, yeah. All right, I'm gonna get out of that. I'm just gonna do this for a second. We all get there in the end, yep. All right, it's not going to want that at the moment. There's a lot of work to do with this particular controller. At the moment, yeah, it's going to throw up an issue. Let's just get all of this all sorted. So, cool. We know that there's stuff here that it's just not working properly. So get data. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. And in here, scheduled object will equal, and it's not going to be the scheduled object. It's going to be object template ID equals, and this is where we go scheduled object results dot object template ID. And that does go past our limit. So we just put that on a new line. And then I'm going to sneeze. Can you see the app in the... Sure. Once I boot it back up again. There we go. So essentially what we're dealing today is making a scheduler. We've been working on it for about a month now, and so forth like that. You should rewrite in Java. You need types for this op. Well, no, I'm not writing in Java. Java doesn't like me. Essentially, the idea of this is you can collect basic sort of information like organization and customers. You can create your own Kanban boards. You can gather user requirements, create projects and tasks from those requirements. And when you're ready to deploy, you've got requests for changes. So, yeah. All right. So getting back into this, we've got this equals that. All right. We're going to bump this into different lines like so, and then once again we're just going to use the object template ID equals the scheduled object results dot object template ID. That's all we need. And then if we go back into here, wait a couple of seconds, hit reload. All right, cool, we're getting stuff. So we're now past all of that. Now this for fun or product for clients. So this started off as a learning project for me. It's grown a little bit too big than that now. This is an open source project management system. I am hoping people use it. So yeah. The idea being is hopefully when people start using it, they'll give me feedback and then I make improvement to it. Stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I'm streaming on Twitch, to tell people what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah. And welcome, by the way, super genius, ha ha ha. Okay, so what we want to do is very much similar to this. We want to convert it into serialization. So we have project information, and that's the title. We'll need to do that too. Where did we put the project results? All right, cool. So we serialize everything in JSON, and then we wrap everything in a square bracket. Okay, pretty cool stuff. So I'm just pasting this in for reference. What we'll do is we'll undo this. And then we'll go serializers.serialize. This is going to be the JSON format. And then in square brackets, to make it a list, we go scheduled object results. Then we can get rid of that one. Oop, I was meant to get rid of that one. And then we do the same here. So JSON, add that in, object template results. Sweet. Okay, we're going to hit refresh. Okay, so everything's working. We got here. Okay, now we need to push in other stuff into here too. So we need NearBeach title. And it's going to be an F string. We're going to have scheduled object. And then do we want the, yeah, we want the ID. So we're going to go scheduled object ID. Done. Perfect. We don't need to do much more than that. We need tiny mouse. That's true. We don't need organization results, do we? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We haven't dealt with that yet. So we need organization results. That's definitely coming through. What we also need is scheduled object ID. That's just going to be the scheduled object ID. If it's closed or not. No, we can get that from the status itself. I don't think we need to actually deal with that up here. The status options, we don't need to deal with the status options at all. The user level, we need to actually program in the user level. We need to actually program in the permissions and so forth like that for this. So that's going to have to happen too. And then the theme. Cool. So yeah, all right. Now we don't have organization results, but that should be easy. We should just go up here. The new schedule object. Oh, that's the new, that's the save one. Oh, aren't we gathering that information? Stakeholder organization, yes we are. Okay. I'm just not passing it down. We've got the group results. Am I doing that as a secondary pass? Oh, I am too. Okay. Now the thing is, when we have a scheduled task and stuff like that and set it to an organization, that shouldn't change. However, it is a scheduled task. Organizations can change, so we can actually change this and all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah, this is all right. Just having a good think at the moment, because I can do one of two things. One, I could solidify the stakeholder organization, which is what we tend to do when we create projects and tasks. Is it gets solidified. It's like, well, you're making it for this particular organization. These tasks don't jump around from organization to organization, or projects jump from organization to organization. It doesn't make sense. With the scheduled tasks, though, I also feel like it shouldn't be jumping around like mental. And if we have a look at the database itself, so if I scroll this open, we have object template group. Not that. We want the NearBeach scheduled tasks, scheduled object. So we've got the frequency attribute, we've got the scheduled object, object template, got all of that information. All right, cool. Did we store it in the template? And in the template, we've got the object organization ID, so it can be changed. That's not going to be a problem. But do we want it to change? So yeah, and the idea being is if you've got the same task running for multiple organizations, you actually have different schedules. That way you can independently change them. So yeah. And the one problem is the instant we do that, we've got to send down the organization information. I'm going to solidify it. So what we need to do, let's grab this organization results from over here. Scroll down. We've got it in there already. So what we want is, there's no easy way to get to it. And we've got the ID in the template. Why did I put it in the template? Because maybe it was something that we were going to change. And we could expand it out to then include multiple organizations at once. That way you have one scheduled task that hits multiple different organizations. So for example, reports and so forth, that have the same output. Okay. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we could enable the ability to have the schedules. To have multiple different organizations. That just means this now becomes a drop-down picker. Don't know what happens if we set the value and then search for the results. Yeah, all right, let's have a look at the database still. We've got template groups. We could potentially do one thing with this and actually have template organizations. But yeah, I feel like at the moment, if you needed types, it's just going over to Java. Yeah, I'm just, yeah, not a fan of Java. Not that I hate it, I just, yeah, had problems with it in the past. A long time ago. Which I will mention is probably skill issues. So, you know, it's not Java's fault at all. Okay. It always comes down to skill issues, yeah. Every language is perfect. Definitely, especially, what is the one, Brainfuck? Absolutely made out of perfection. All right, so I haven't thought this all the way through. So we've got a problem here where we've been like, with the scheduled tasks, are we going to have it so that the user could make it for multiple different organizations or one? I'm leaning on just one at the moment. The reason being is that's kind of how we've assumed it will go. So what could potentially happen is instead of having the organization here, what we could do is we could have this put down at the bottom, or just have this solidified at the moment. Every language is perfect. I'm more thinking of JavaScript. Fair enough. So yeah, what we could potentially do is we could pass that down, and then we can get that information later. We can simply have it add in later. What is string 2 plus 2 equals 22, but 2 plus string 2 equals 4. Yep. I can understand why it's doing that. Because it's the first section of that sum. It's like, okay, cool, that's a string. So this is gonna be all strings. And with the second example, it looks at it, it's like, okay, cool, that's a number. So it's all gonna be numbers. And then it automatically just translates everything for you. So yeah, I can understand it. Anyway, don't forget to drop everyone. They're both 22 now. Oh wow, all right. So it just goes ones in a string and it just does it. Welcome, Jason White. You're learning Python. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, it looks like the string type has a higher priority no matter the position. All right. I do like the banana one. And Jason, if you're learning, I would recommend Free Code Camp. It's got a great resources and stuff like that. So yeah. And welcome. We are building an open source project management system using Django, which is Python, and VueJS, which is JavaScript. So the Python's for the backend, the JavaScript's for the front end. And we are just wondering whether or not the shareholder organization for a scheduled task, it should be a one-to-one. And I'm heavily leaning on it should be a one-to-one. Yeah, I feel like if someone's got a report that needs to happen for multiple different companies, there's always going to be permutations and stuff like that. So you do want to actually include those permutations in the scheduled tickets themselves. So yeah, I'm probably going to say let's keep the stakeholder organization like that. And what we'll do is we'll have it load in after the fact, or I can pass it through, but I got to read JSON values to do that, just to get that information out. Oh, yes, yeah, the free code camp is completely and utterly free. So not only I recommend it, but several other streamers also do recommend it too. So it's just another tool to utilize when learning a language and so forth like that. To data camp, and they charge me like $30 a month. Yeah, oh, fair enough. Well, if you do use, once again, I'm not saying paid subscriptions or anything like that bad. Definitely not. If you use them, they're a great tool also. So yeah. Don't feel bad that you're paying for something. So yeah, some people use that as a motivation, which fair enough. Okay, so can be that having some money in the game can be a motivator. Yeah, definitely. And the idea is these tools are meant to help you get a job. So yeah. Okay, so as you oh good. Remember, there's the lag, so the amount of times we both say the same thing at the same time. I'm looking at software called Anki. Not sure you've heard of it. It's very basic studying software. It has 16,000 lines of code. Is this normal for a simple studying and assignment software, or it's just for flashcards? Let's have a look. Okay, cool. They have Python and Rust. That's definitely a combo. Let's actually see where we can find their code. I was hoping to... there it is. Alright, took a couple of clicks just to get to it. You're saying it has 16,000 lines of code, which, yeah, is quite a lot, not gonna lie. But that being said, it depends how many features they've got into it and whether or not it's including the documentation and stuff like that. And this is actually the manual, not the source code itself. So there it is. And yeah, highly possible. I mean, if we go count lines of code and get GitHub repo, count lines of code in GitHub. I did it again. In Git repo, and we just go up here, we just copy this. I know that there's a tool for this. Oh my god, today it's just, I can't find anything. Here we go. Ooh, are they using master or main? Main. And I need to get rid of that. And that, and that. And add. You use clock. Fair enough. Let's have a look. Yeah, I just jumped on a... I knew this existed. Because it's... Wait. Clock. Count line of codes. Ooh, alright. Oh, yep. Yeah, this does pretty much what this does. Let's zoom in. Just because I'm really curious how this breaks down. So you got a bit of Rust, you got a bit of Python and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, got a bit of SQL, SAS, FreeMaker template. So yeah, it does make sense that this is quite a large code base. Yep, definitely. Definitely a large code base. So yeah, lines of code is also a really bad metric. Yeah, you can write one line of code, which is completely undecipherable, and n lines of code, which is readable. Yeah. You can also have, let's say, 100 lines that does the same thing as what 10 lines of code does too sometimes. So, yeah. But yeah, no, having a look at this is pretty interesting. You can see that it's also made up of different other things too. Like you got JavaScript in there, you've got plain script, you got TypeScript, which is a large component of it. You got your Python and so forth like that. And understanding how these components sort of fit and stuff like that is probably going to answer why it's such a big repo. But yeah, you do actually get some projects that do get this big. If we actually look at NearBeach, so we want to go NearBeach. We want main. Let's add this in. I forgot how many lines of code there are. So for me, I don't know. All right, JavaScript, there's a lot of lines of code in the JavaScript and stuff like that. I can't believe it's that big. All right, no, it's probably counting something else. I don't have my node libraries up there. But yeah. Yes and no. Depends on the contributions of the people, Jason. So, for example, you might have people that go in and actually delete stuff and refine it and refactor it down into better code. Yeah, it's a lot of the times it's features and complexity. So the more complex an idea is, the more lines of code are usually required to actually sort of solve it. So, yeah. And then, yeah, you get metrics which are like this. Now, I'm going to point out, you can see with my lines of code, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to count this, 6, 7 lines there. And that's just passing data from the backend to the front end template. But with the JavaScript, let's actually go open up a component. Let's go card information. Let's go add users to a card. As you see, would you count each one of these as a line or not? 2. So I'm saying this is inflated because I probably do this. Now, I'm assuming this is counting each one of these lines as an individual line and not counting this as one line. So yeah, you sometimes do this to sort of make it very readable for people. And that will, like Nocturnal said, that is actually a very bad sort of metric, doing line count. I do agree with them, 100%. This is an example. I do this so people can read my code. I do this so I can read my code. So sometimes you have to write more things yourself. Other times you just import it from somewhere else. Yep. Yeah, it is lines of code usually reference to physical lines or code or logic. Usually physical lines, really. Yeah, it's It's not the best metric. So, yeah. And once again, there's times where code bases will shrink because someone's come in, they've deleted a bunch of code that is no longer needed or needed a massive refactor, and there's a better method now. I'm trying to think of the video which I watched. It'll be impossible for me to find it now, but what they're doing is they're comparing the different versions of C as time went on. And they started with the latest one, and they had very few lines of code, but as they went back, they had to add functionality in to do the same thing. And the code base kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about lines of code. I don't day to day with my job or anything like that. Yeah. All right. Okay, where was I? I was just interested in how many lines of code they've got. Yeah, they've got quite a number of lines of code, but yeah. Most likely, counting new line characters may maybe editing empty lines. Deleting. Where was I? I was here. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, I've decided we're going to have it just one scheduled object, one organization. And we're going to see if we can pull the organization through and just hard code it. So, because I know I can navigate through a JSON result easily. All right, cool. We still need to put in the user level. I'm just gonna put that down there. So what we want is we want organization information equals, and that's how we've got it down here, right? No, I haven't put it back in. I'll put it back in. It's not going to be a problem. Equals organization. Now I need to import this, so I need to go up here. Now this is getting very large, so I'm just going to once again, this is just to make it neat. Oh, don't I need those? No, I don't need those when it automatically adds the thing in. Okay. Object assignment is not used in here, so I'm getting rid of that. A, B, C, T, E, F, G, N, L, M, N, O, P. S should actually be after O, so that should be over there. Sorry, I'm just needing this up at the moment. A lot of long-time viewers know that I take forever finding stuff which is not in alphabetical order, so I'm putting it in alphabetical order as we speak. So there we go. In alphabetical order. Elding is to omit or merge. Okay, yep. English speakers often elide the vowel completely. Yep. Whole periods of time are related into a few seconds of screen time. Yeah. All right, cool. I learned a new word today. Whether I can pronounce it or not correctly, it's yeah, probably not. All right, what was I doing? I wanted organizations, so that will go here like so, and then we just go back to the end. We go up, we go organization.objects.filter. Now we need a get, and this is where I'm going to put it on a new line. Organization ID equals, so we need to get the organization ID from somewhere. So we're having a quick look in our table, just in case I've thought of this ahead of time and I was like, no, I need to put this in as a record. So we've got date change, so we do have it in the object. And we do know how to navigate through objects. Now I don't have organization here. I'm just double checking the schedule table. Is active, run count, number of repeats, frequency. Yeah, we don't have it in here either. But that's fine. Elide. Alright, or elide. Alright, yep. Cool. Pronouncing something correctly. It's a rare talent. For me. Alright, so we're going to pass through this. We've got it in the scheduled template. In here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this for you guys. I'm going to paste it here and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you guys can actually see what structure it is. I'm going to try and move this all the way down. All right, cool. All right, so we've got object type, object description, organization. So, long story short, don't worry about the lines of count or about conveying your idea in a way that's easy to understand and maintain. Yes, highly recommend that too. Yeah, the idea being is if someone else can read your code and understand it, and if you can read your code and understand it 6 months later, it is good code. Can code always be improved? Yes, my code can always be improved. As I learn new and wonderful things, as the language you're using evolves and stuff like that, there's going to be better code because of it. And hello, San, how are you going? Hopefully you're going well, San Kuko. I am trying to remember how I get into a JSON field. It's at the top of my... I'm just going to look it up very quickly. Python, JSON, object. You're good. You're at work. I have finished work today. Yay. Yeah, just tired and busy. So, yeah. Going on holiday soon, so I am looking forward to that. It is going to be glorious. So we've got this. Yeah, I just want to get to the data. Okay, oh, sorry, I'm just gonna go again. Feeling tired already? Yeah. It'll be good once I'm on holidays. All right. What's it like not to feel tired? I don't know. I'll tell you when I finish my holidays. So Django RRM, get value from JSON field. And don't forget to drop, everyone, exclamation point drop followed by your favorite emoji. I'm doing Judgmental Lily. Not find the values in that, getting the values from that. Okay, yep. Equals. So object template results dot. And thank you very much for the follow, Jason White. Hopefully, hopefully we've answered your questions. So yeah, feel free to ask them. Don't worry about if they sound stupid or anything like that. We've all been there before. So yeah, I'm happy to answer them. Whether I answer them well, it depends how well my brain's working. So yeah. All right, so we've got this in the field object template JSON. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for that. Let's get object template JSON. Yep, we got that fine. Object template JSON. I was meant to search for that, sorry. And then it's like that. All right, sweet, I can do that. That's easy. And then what we're wanting is the organization. And that should work. Like you're very new to programming. Any answers you give would be helpful. No, fair enough. Well, I do hope the free code camp also helps you too. And yeah, feel free to ask. Yeah, just feel free to ask. That goes to anyone. Element OP. So then we've got organization information here. We need to do the serializations. We need to make sure it goes into JSON. We're putting this into a list or query set, I should say. So that hence the square brackets. Organization information. Oh yes, and we've got a Discord too. So yeah. All right, I don't want that. I want to go into scheduled objects, weekly reports. So it's loading up everything, which is good. I want to double check this is working. So I'm going to put a breakpoint here and I'm just going to hit refresh. We're going to hit that breakpoint. We're seeing the organization information and we can see that it's correct. It's grabbing the object NearBeach. Easy. Okay, I'm going to hit play and this is now sort of ready for it to, we need to edit this to accept all this data now and so forth like that. Also, Wikipedia, good heart law. Oh, yep, we can do this now. Haha, good heart law is an adage often stated as when a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. Oh yeah, this one. It is named. Trust me to, that's how tired I am. I'm just making up words. It is named after British economist Charles Goodhart, who was credited with the expressing the core idea of the adage in a 1975 article on monetary policy in the United Kingdom. Any observed statistical regulations will tend to collapse once pressure is placed upon it for control purposes. It was used to criticize the British Thatcher government for trying to conduct monetary policies on the basis of targets for broad and narrow money, but the law reflects a much more general phenomenon. Thank you, Nocturnal. Oops. I really should collect all of these and put them as little tidbits and stuff like that. So we're going to pass through all of this information. I'm just going to shove this over here for the moment just for us. So we've got the scheduled object information. We need to pass a lot of this down into it. So we don't need to pass down the NearBeach title. That's actually used in one of the parent templates. Tiny Mouse, once again, using the parent one. So those two we need. We do need vbind organization information, which is going to equal the organization information, like so. The schedule object ID, that's always just going to be helpful. Yep. Basically, if the system can be gamed, it will be. Yeah. Yep. Scheduled object ID, vbind scheduled object ID equals easy done. That's actually got to go up here because of the alphabetical order. And I realize, oops, I've made a mistake. It's meant to be hyphens. Glad I spotted that. Object template results. Got to put that up there, and then the theme, we passed the theme down. All right, cool. So over here, I've just got to go boop and paste that up there. For example, if an employee is rewarded by the number of cars sold each month, they'll try and sell more cars even at a loss. Yeah, and if people were rewarded for lines of code, then I would definitely be spacing out my code like there's no tomorrow. I mean, I already do. I did show that before. So if you wanted another example like that, yeah. You can also do the same thing with bugs. The amount of bugs fixed. So, for example, a lot of the time, some bugs will have minor bugs contributing to it too. So what you do is you write up as a few bug reports that kinda fit with what you're doing. And then when you fix it, you're like, oh, I've just fixed these 3 bugs or these 4 bugs. So, yeah. I mean, we tend to kind of do that with NearBeach. So, for example, if there was something broken that is shared between the different objects, we will flag it with the other objects. But that's so that we can actually test thoroughly and make sure it's going to be working for that when we go to do the release and so forth like that. So, yeah. All right, so that should be good enough for the moment. Let's go down into the object scheduler. Let's do the object scheduler information. Let's put this over here, like here. And what we're doing is we're reading this and we're fixing up the props. So we can leave a lot of this as the same sort of stuff. We're just scrolling down. Yeah, a lot of this will be the same. What we'll do is we'll remove the components we don't need anymore. Come back down here. These will be grayed out, and then we'll just remove what we're not using. We still need the validate and all that kind of stuff. So the pots, group results. Yeah, we're not passing down group results. That's something we need to do, because that is something we can change. So group results equals group results. All right, so we're going to fix that up right this second. So we're going to get this right. Okay. And then we just need group results. Group results. That's just going to be objects.filter. Groups.objects.filter is deleted equals false. That's it. That's all it is. And then down here, once again, we're using serialize with the JSON. Because it is a query set, we don't need the square brackets for this particular result, and we just need group results. And don't forget to drop everyone. We need to beat Nightbot. It's been cheating. I am doing shocked max. So yeah, exclamation point drop, followed by your favorite emoji. And, oh, Max beat him. All right, Nocturnal, will you be able to beat Max? Ooh, not quite. Ah, well, next shot. Rigged, I know. Okay, I'm going to put this over here. Scheduled object information dot view, add users. Yep, all right, cool. So, we still need group results. We've got the root URL, but that's down there. We need to actually key these two into here. So we need element op qi. Yeah, all right, cool. So we want object template results. That is going to be type array. Yep. It is going to be type array. Default is going to use just an empty array. And we should put a little thing there. And then we've got organization information. That once again is going to be type array. Default is going to be like that. All right, cool. So we've got the root URL. Yep, the static URL and theme. So we've got root. We don't have these two. So these two go before this. So we've got scheduled object ID. That's going to be of type number. Default is just going to be 0. And then we've got scheduled object results. This is going to be type array. Default is going to use this. All right, cool. Then we've got the static URL. We've got the theme. We've got the user level, which we don't have in here. We've got the user group and level, which I'm going to copy. I think that's better. And the UUID. Oh, we don't have the UUID. We do have it in the whatchamacallit, in the object. So I don't think we need the UUID. But the user group results is what I'm going to copy. So vbind user group results equals user group results. Sweet. All right, let's go over here. I'm going to put this up here because we're now finished doing that comparison. What we need to do, yeah, we're getting rid of this now. So user group results, we're going to cause an issue with our compilation because, hey, we're just leaving that out. We're going to go up here. That's right, I think I'm missing two. So we've got user group results, user group and level. So vbind user group and level equals user group and level. All right, I need to edit that in right now. Okay. So we've got something up here, which we could just nick. We're grabbing the user results, request user, group ID, yada, 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 and all of this. Oh, and we're just hitting an ad break. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and paste it. And we're just going to go into add time and then, yeah. Okay. Okay, that. All right, we'll fix that up once we get back. Okay, so yeah. How's everyone going tonight? Oh, I've got a couple of messages. All right, cool. Cool, easy done. All right. So, 30 seconds left. Okay. What is the time? Nearly 9 o'clock. I do need to go soon. Just because I want to get some stuff done. Yeah, all right. Okay, cool. Yep, let's do that. 2 seconds, 1 second. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, cool. Let's get back into it. So what I've done is I've just copied and pasted what we did before, because it's just going to be the same code and so forth like that. I'm realizing this one's wrong, so I'm just going to just delete it and hope for the best. That one should be like there. So user group and level. That one comes down here and goes user group and level, like so. And then we've got user group results, like so. So that's going to be an error. So user group results. It's going to go up here. I don't think I copied that correctly, so I'm just going to copy this. Scroll down. And we're going to reread it to make sure that it is the correct code I am yanking. Okay, cool. So, delete some of that, so that matches up now. All right, user group and level results. So user group and level, it grabs the user group, every object that the user is connected to. It grabs the group ID and the group name, and it annotates on the permission set for the project. And it's calling it project permissions, and then there's task permissions. It's grabbing the permission set for the task, and it's just naming them. Is simple for the system. So the user group results, however, is grabbing everything that the user is connected to. Now that distinct should actually be on that line. Don't know why it was on the other line, but that's fine. So that should pass all of that information down, and if we have a look at this and hit refresh, we get a problem. But we can fix it. Sorry, getting distracted with the cube. All right. Okay. So we have a template compilation error. Error passing JavaScript expression got a greater than. Okay, cool. Sweet. Let's jump down into here. So I don't know if it's those, or I don't know if it's in here. I mean, this does look correct. We don't have any compilation errors. So what we're going to do is we are going to do that. Which will be fine because defaults will happen. All right, it's one of those two. Computer property root URL is already defined in props. We are going to get rid of that computer property. I'm in the wrong file. Oh no, I am. So we need root URL, this root URL, this root URL mounted. That's storing it. We aren't using any computed stuff. We're just storing it. All right. This is not, yeah, that's incorrect. So let's undo one of these. I realize what our issue is. We're not serializing. This is my bad. So we are wanting to serializers.serialize. And we want the JSON format. Once again, these guys don't need to go into square brackets because they're already proper query set. They're not just one item. Serializers.serialize JSON. Like so. All right. And we press the F1 key. Yay. Dict has no attribute meta. Ooh, all right. Maybe I needed to do something with these. So we check what I did. And we just roll up to find that code. You know what would have been helpful? Oh, all right. Yep. All right, because we're annotating stuff on and we're grabbing values. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do that. All right. So I just yank those lines, paste them down there, and I'm going to hit refresh. All right, cool. So we've got this working so far, which is great. So we actually have to have a group we belong to and all that kind of stuff. Now we are going to move this new functionality or feature, however you want to call it, into other different sections of NearBeach, in which case what we'll actually do is, because this code is copied in 2 different places and stuff like that, we'll make it generic. I don't feel like let me rephrase my words. I don't feel like we need to worry too much about it being very generic. Like, we can make it so that it pulls out all the person's permissions and stuff like that for each group and so forth like that, which could be very useful. So yeah, especially when dealing with whether or not we want certain links to actually appear. So a good example would be if you've got a shared project between 2 different groups and you've got tasks assigned to that project, but you don't want the user to see the other group's tasks and stuff like that. That would be a good sort of indicator that you need to remove it. All right, cool. Sweet. So sorry, I'm just losing my track of thought. So we've got the group results coming through now. That should be feeding into here. Everyone should be now happy that everything is in here. We now need to just change stuff in here. So when we mount, we update the user level and all of that kind of stuff. We're happy with that. Before mount, we process the theme update. Yep, we're very happy with that. Update stakeholder model. We are no longer doing that. Update scheduler frequency. We definitely need the scheduler frequency. Upgrade group model. Yep, we definitely need that. Update dates. We definitely need that. Submit new. All right, this submit new stuff. That's going. Resume, we're no longer submitting. It's going to be an update, and we'll rewrite that update too, because it'll be in a slightly different structure. So yeah, all right. Calculate users level. That's going to be fine. What we want is update schedule object. That's going to be like that, and we're just going to go add code for the moment. That's perfectly fine. So we've just done the validation, so the group model, object description, object title, object type, stakeholder. Yep, all right, cool. We're happy with that. The map getters, we're happy with that. The this data we're fine with. So the group model, oh, some of this will actually be removing. The object type models we still want and so forth like that. The object type model. Okay, a lot of the stuff we just got to fill out here. So when it mounts, what you do is you've got models in here. So that's actually connected to a field. And what we want to do is we want to be like, all right, cool, grab that data from this prop. So we just got to fill out a lot of that. So for example, the stakeholder model is no longer needed because we got it solidified. So that's going to be solidified. We'll fix that up in a minute. We'll have to come back to this. So we've got this, we've done. All right, cool. So up here, we're getting rid of this button. And what we've got to do is we've got to add code buttons. Okay, cool. Scheduler frequency, group permissions, we're all fine with that. I do believe that we can send stuff down into that and it would just work. There's just one way. We have to test it. So, yeah. All right. So, sorry, I'm getting distracted with this. Group permissions. That should be fine. This group permissions is one of those sort of components which we use everywhere, and we've made it very, very flexible. So, yeah, it's going to work perfectly fine here. All right. Okay. A couple of seconds. I'm getting distracted with this again. Okay. Whoops. All right. I'm putting that away. All right. So one other thing I wanted to do, and that was the stakeholder. So the stakeholder one, I want to get rid of that. And I'm going to go div class equals row, and I'm going to go add code program in stakeholder. However, that being said, project information will have what we want. So stakeholder information. So we want those 4. So we should have organization results. Got to double check that I haven't called it organization information up here. I have. I gotta make sure that I'm naming it correctly up here. Organization information, no. All right, cool. So that's now correct. Okay, let's see if this page reloads. Oh, I don't want that though. I want the, so let's say you got a project or a task. In fact, there's a project. I want this. I thought I grabbed that. Project information, stakeholder information. That should be like that. Unless, there we go. I just needed to wait a little bit more. Root URL is already you defined in props. Yeah, I know that. There's no computer properties. Stakeholder model was accessed during render but not defined on instance. So stakeholder model. I mean, we do have default stakeholder image, which I do need to thread through. But yeah, that is a weird issue. There it is. Default stakeholder image was... Yep. All right, cool. We'll thread through that right now. So what I need to do, default stakeholder image. It's a prop. So we grab it from here. We grab those 4 lines. We go down here. We're like, all right, cool. Let's paste those in. Let's save. Let's go into the schedule information. What we want is we are going to copy what we did for the project. So we need to go into the templates, go into projects, go project information. We're yanking this one line and we're just going to go paste into here. Done. Cool. Default stakeholder image. So if we hit refresh, we get a lot less issues now. Root URL is already defined. Stakeholder model was accessed during render, but where? I couldn't find it. But hey, let's just... There it is. Okay, waiting a few seconds. We're going to hit reload. Done. Perfect. All right. So now, it is 9 o'clock. I should be leaving soon, but I do want to get this page kind of up and ready. And then I'm going to commit everything today instead of doing my silly get hard reset and delete everything. So let's get the values in correctly. So we want to go down to the data. So here's the data. And what we want to do is we want to go through here. So group model. So the group model will be the group list. Memory serves me correctly. Group model validation. Display group permission issue. Object description model. All right, group model. Let's have a look at what we're bringing in. So new scheduled object. We've got the group results. That's not going to be how we want it. Yeah. All right, let's get it in a correct shape. Let's go scheduled objects. Let's scheduled objects. Let's open up this. Let's open up the view. Let's click on new scheduled objects. We've got group results. Okay, that's fine. Group results is a prop. I wanted group model. Group model. And it's just the values. Okay, we can do this. So inside our scheduler view, we've got the group results. All right, which gets turned into the group model. We've got the group results up here. We just really need values, and that will be the group ID. I believe. No, not for this one. Hang on. No, we need this one. Okay, if I click on those, and then I need to refresh. Yeah, group model is just doing all of those. Group results is everything. Yeah, I need to pass down the group model. Damn it. All right. So I need to think about this a little bit more. It's getting late for me at the moment. I do need to go to bed earlier tonight. So yeah, I'm probably going to call it here. But yeah, what we need to do is we need to get the group results for all of them. We need then the group model results. So those results just for that. We then need to sort of set it up so those particular values are passed through and translated into the correct format. Sorry, I'm just picking up this thing, which can easily be done. It's just fiddly at the moment. Then what we need to do is we need to go through each one of these. So we need the object type filled out properly. We need the object title, object description. We need the stakeholders done. So the stakeholders here. Start date and end date. We need those done correctly. The group list. It looks like it's done it automatic. We got the group list from the got it in the database. We just need to pass it through correctly. And then we need to set this information up correctly. And then we need to code in the buttons and stuff like that. But that can wait till next stream. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna cancel this. I'm gonna do my good old that and git checkout. And then git status. So git add everything and git commit building on the scheduler will need to pass values through from backend to frontend still. All right, cool. All right, anyway, let's rate someone very quickly.